Hi, I'm Brian Chase, Director of Digital Forensics here at Archer Hall. And today I want to talk to you about Exif data. Exif data is metadata for pictures. So I'm going to show you a picture that I took, and we're going to go through some of the data that you can find in these pictures. I'm going to start by sharing my screen so that you'll be able to see what I'm looking at. So this is the picture that we're going to be going over today. It's a picture I took when presenting at a Texas bar event, obviously taken in Texas. So in order to see the metadata, I can right-click on this picture, go down to Properties, and then it pulls up the Properties window. And here's some information here. And now this date's going to relate to when it arrived on my system. I saved it today to my computer. But if I go over here to this Details tab, I can see all sorts of information about the picture. I can see the date and time that it was taken. So January 10th of 2020 at 11:41 a.m. taken by Google. I have a Google Pixel phone. You can see the image size, DPI, and then here's the camera make and model. So it shows that it was a Google phone. It was a Pixel 3 XL that took the picture. That's the type of phone that I have. And you can see again some more information about the picture. All sorts of information here being used that you can see. You could go through all of these to show all sorts of information. But what tends to be really important is down here. Here's some GPS information about the picture. So it shows the altitude and my location where I took that picture. You've also got some information here about my computer. Now this bottom part here, this is coming from the computer, not from the picture. So once everything kind of above this file mark here is coming from the picture. So all sorts of detailed information in this picture. There's some other things in the Exif data that you might not see from this view. So you can use a free tool like the one I've got here called JPEG Snoop. And I can just drag and drop the picture on there, and it'll open up JPEG Snoop. I'll have to zoom in a little bit. It uses really small text. So here we go. Again, here's that same information we saw about the Google Pixel. And we can see some of that same information down here about the picture settings. You can see that the flash did not fire. Again, all sorts of information here. Then we've got down here, again, the GPS information, as well as the date and time taken here in the GPS data. And if you look above, you're going to see that same date and time in other places, like date and time digitized is going to show up here as well, date and time original. So now I've got the date and time in 3 different places. I know if one of those date and times don't match, that could be an indication that somebody was trying to mess with the settings of the picture, maybe trying to make it look like the picture was taken on a different date. Generally, all of those date and time stamps that we just saw should match. Now let's talk about mapping this picture. If we wanted to figure out where this was taken, we've got our GPS coordinates here, but how does that correspond to where it is in the world? Well, I've taken the liberty of getting that mapped for us. I enter the information here. So you can see I took the latitude and it's entered there, and I took the longitude and it's entered there. What I'm doing is using this fcc.gov website to translate this degrees into a decimal, because you need to have it in decimal format to map it using something like Google Maps. So I use this free tool here, put in the degrees, and then I convert it to decimal. And here's my decimal version of the GPS coordinates. So then I took this decimal version and I went over here to Google Maps and I mapped it right here. There's that same decimal version. You can see the numbers correspond to these numbers right here. So that's the mapping of the picture. But then when you see it's mapped, it's over here in China, just a little east of Tibet here. That does not seem like a location of the Texas bar. Well, the reason for that is it doesn't convert from east to west, north to south. So this is north, but I need to convert to make this one west. So I have to put a negative in there because we're in the Western hemisphere. I go and do that. Now I have that location right here over the Hilton Houston West Chase, which is where the Texas State Bar Conference was occurring. So now I've been able to take that data from the picture and find out exactly where that picture was taken, as well as all sorts of information about when it was taken, how it was taken, and what phone took that picture, or at least what make and model phone took that picture. I did all of this using free tools that are completely available to you, so you can repeat this process with any pictures you receive. You do want to try to get the original picture to be able to do this work. That way you're relying on the original data, but sometimes you can't do that, or sometimes the question is something actually the original? And then you have to go through some of these steps to see if all of the data matches up and makes sense. If you have pictures in a case that are important, whether it's date and time, where they were taken, whether they're an original or not, we can help you out with that. Just give us a call and we'll be happy to discuss your case with you. Thank you for watching this video. We hope that you stay tuned for our next video. Thank you.